We are here at the Ukrainian breakfast, part of the whole Ukrainian week here in Washington, D.C. And we have the privilege of speaking to a former US Ambassador, Gregory Slayton. And why are we speaking with former Ambassador Slayton? Because he wrote this beautiful book about Ukraine. So now it's all yours. The
Well,
stage is
thank you
yours,
very
Ambassador.
much. It's great to be here. Slava Ukraini.
Slava Heroya.
Amen. So, my wife is Ukrainian American, and we have been involved in Ukraine since a month after the Russian invasion. I was there to speak to Parliament about 5 years ago. The Russian invasion happened, horrible, and within a week, one of my parliamentarian buddies called and said, Gregory, we need your help, we need your foundation here. As the good Lord would have it, we put together a group of 4 or 5 Christian foundations, all pretty small, but together we've delivered over 15 million pounds of relief supplies into the war zones of eastern and southern Ukraine. So about 2 years ago, my wife and our family said, wow, the need is going up, support is going down, right? And what can we do? And we decided, let's write this book. We're professional writers for fun. And as a family, we wrote this book called Portraits of Ukraine, A Nation at War.
So this is what the book looks like. And now, Mr. Ambassador, if you could continue, what is in this book, how to get it,
Yes.
and its significance for you and your heart, and the and the issue at hand.
Well, of course, everyone knows that the Russians have a massive disinformation, propaganda, lying campaign. In fact, our CIA estimates that the Russians spent $1.2 billion last year in the US and Canada propagating what are effectively complete lies. Ukraine caused the war, NATO caused the war, the man on the moon caused the war. No, one guy caused this war. His name is Vladimir Putin, and let's just be truthful. Let's be truthful about it. And that's the point of this book. We had a team in Ukraine, a team in Poland, and a team in the United States doing research, lots and lots of research on Ukrainian history, Ukrainian culture, Ukrainian arts and crafts, all kinds of things to show that, Ukraine is its own country. Ukraine is not part of Russia. It's not like Kentucky or Manitoba, Kentucky part of the US, Manitoba part of Canada, not at all, right? Ukraine is an independent country, has been a separate country since the breakup of the Soviet Union and never wanted to be part of the Soviet Union. So the book really clearly documents that. It's a beautiful book, lots of pictures, but also documents the horrible Russian invasion, the war crimes, the destruction of Ukrainian property, and millions of Ukrainians who've died or been wounded or lost their homes. It documents that clearly. And in the end, the last chapter is why support Ukraine. It's a full-throated, well-researched, I hope well-argued point that if you are in favor of democracy, if you're in favor of freedom, religious freedom, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, if you're in favor of the rule of law, you've got to be in favor of Ukraine. There is no gray zone in this war. No, none at all.
Now, Mr. Ambassador, we have what you just said, that we have to support Ukraine. We have this Ukrainian Prayer Week. We have this Ukrainian Prayer Breakfast.
Yes, sir.
We have your book.
Yes.
And then we also have the new President of the United States,
Yes.
Mr. Donald Trump.
Yes.
How do we know, or how can this book, how can we all influence Mr. Trump to be in favor of supporting Ukraine and have a positive solution?
Yes, good. So the beauty of a democracy is that the elected leaders have to listen to the people. And they do in Canada and the United States. So I would urge everyone that sees this broadcast, whether you're Ukrainian or not, I'm not Ukrainian, right? But whether you're Ukrainian, if you care about democracy, freedom, and the rule of law, do 3 things. Number 1, write the president. Write him, send him a text, send him an email, whatever, okay? Write the White House. Number 2, write your elected officials. Everyone in the United States has 2 senators, depending on what state you are, different people, but 2 senators and 1 congressman. Find out who they are, write them a letter, call their office. That's important. Same in Canada. Write to your representatives. Canada's about to have an election, right? So write to your representatives and say, sir, this is important to me. In fact, politicians pay attention when you say, sir, I'm a single issue voter. I only vote on this issue, and my issue is Ukraine. If you support Ukraine, I will vote for you. If you don't support Ukraine, I will vote against you. They pay attention to that kind of stuff. Number three, talk with your friends. There are too many Ukrainians out there who are not doing anything. You know, maybe they pray. That's the most important thing. You got to pray. But how about Ukrainian churches? Let's get organized. Let's have a Ukraine week. Let's help our neighbors understand that Ukraine is not a state of Russia, right? It's not a province of Russia, right? It's an independent country. But Ukrainians can do that very, very well. So there really are things, if people want to buy the book, all profits go to Ukrainian charities. That's another way to help.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Дорогі глядачі, це розмова з колишнім амбасадором Сполучених Штатів Америки, який видав цю книжку важливу про Україну.
Let me just say one more thing. Thank you for watching. Slava Ukraini. If you do want the book, you can buy it on Amazon, or you can buy it on the portraitsofukraine.org. Again, 100% of the profits go to good Ukrainian charities. And if you have pro-Russian friends, give them this book, because this book is Tucker Carlson says garbage. He doesn't back it up. There's no footnotes. There's nothing, because it's a lie. This book, extremely well done.